Welcome back, everyone. Dark Silence from Dark Silence Reviews coming at you with another live segment. How's it going, Storm? Thank you for stopping in. Caught me in early on. We are live currently on Twitch and on YouTube as of right now. Apologies on getting to this game late, but we couldn't afford it right out the gate, and we lost connection with the company to cover it for them like we usually do. So, you know, my THQ Nordic, I guess you could say, connections fell apart. So we gotta find new ones one day. See if we can't get back to covering some THQ games. One of my favorite companies. With that being said, I fixed something on Twitch. Something was going on with Twitch, and I apologize for all my Twitch followers and people who come in on Twitch. I don't know what updated on Twitch where they will not allowing the website to let anybody except for followers chat with me unless they paid, and that is not what I wanted. So I can vouch for myself on this and saying that I did not set that setting on. Something happened in an update to do that. I don't know why, but somebody let me know that they weren't able to chat with me on Twitch. So I apologize to all my Twitch followers. Maybe that's why it's been so quiet for so long, and I apologize for that. I really do. But yeah, with that being said, we're gonna play quite a bit of this game. We're gonna wash out the bad taste of Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. That game put me in such a funk right after. Even after the refund, I still felt cheated. So I went through it for a little bit there. Apologies. But yeah, how's it going, Storm? Thank you for stopping in. I'm gonna mess with the settings here first. Gotta make sure we don't have that motion blur on. I hate motion blur. Oh no, we're off. Motion blur off. We'll put the field of view a little bit higher so this way we can catch more of the horror stuff. It's in performance mode right now. Higher image resolution. Those are separate stories, huh? Yeah, for some odd reason this came with 2 discs, and I was wondering why the heck is there 2 discs with this? It doesn't make any sense. So from what I hear, the disc-based version of Alone in the Dark, I know this is probably off topic, but it has 2 discs, and the reason for that is because they have one disc that has like a gig, maybe 2 gigs on it, and then the second disc is supposed to put the rest of the game on it, which is like 20, 30, 40 gigs or something like that. And it's for like offline play in case you're playing it out. It's so weird, ridiculous. I didn't even know they did that anymore, but to each their own. Since we're online and I plugged it in online, obviously we're streaming it, it automatically updated. So the second disc is useless, at least I think. Man, those I was getting a little scared because I remember back in the days with Final Fantasy had multiple discs and you had to switch out the disc, you know, for certain games, and if you went back to certain areas, bam, you had to switch that disc back. I hated that. So I was like, uh-oh. Anyhow. But yeah, give me a couple seconds here we still have to post up some links, so I apologize. I'm ahead of myself here. But yeah, we'll be doing another live segment, I think. Everybody seems to be liking them. Maybe I'll do something once a week talking about some kind of game or some kind of topic or something until it turns chaotic and everybody wants to ask a million different questions about other stuff. So we're going to try that out too. So yeah, I'm ready to get back to it. I was going through it for a while. We pushed out all the Dead Rising videos. I don't know how many of you are in right now that have been watching me post the hell out of them. I'm just trying to get rid of them. We're going back to the old school ones. Put it that way. I'm over it. Who would have thought I was playing the better versions of the game? I hope I saved enough people from making a bad purchase until they at least patch it. Which one? Oh, the live segment for the just talking. You might be the only one that probably knows what I really look like. Because it got too hot, you know, and I was doing the camera stuff. What was it, for Need for Speed or something like that? A couple of those. You might be one of the very few. If people were to pay attention and go back to those streams, they'd probably be able to find out what I look like. I'm not ugly. At least I don't think so. But yeah, that mask gets hot, man. Not gonna lie, it gets steamy. I don't think I could, unless the room stays at like maybe like 30 degrees to 40 degrees. It gets rough because of the breathing and the hot air, and you know, it sucks. It sucks to be like that. But yeah, still sitting up here. But yeah, everybody seems to love those, so maybe we'll do them once a week, bring up a topic. I don't see why not. Bring out Dark Silence more often. Brings in a lot of new people, which is nice. Okay, we're gonna start here in a minute. Just gotta get our links up. Like I said, I'm a little ahead of myself today. I'm a bit jumbled. Yeah, so I hear this game isn't very long, so we'll see. We shall see, shan't we? Alright, we should be good to go. Oh, their stream's looking solid. Haven't seen it this solid in a while. Good. All right, let's get started here. Audio text. Uh-oh. Disabled. I don't know if clicking it on or off. Is this technically on or is that off? That's worrisome. Let's hope we got the music out. Standard. We don't need the vibration. We've already been through the game. We'll figure out the tutorials on our own. I would just leave it on. We'll leave it on. Alrighty, let's get ready for some horror. I'm ready for it.
So, your uncle. What's wrong with him?
He's possessed.
As in the devil?
Something like that. He says a dark man is following him, watching him at all times.
What do you make of it?
It's nonsense, of course, but I'd be lying if I said it didn't bother me. You see, it runs in my family.
Possession?
No, detective. Deteriorating melancholy. Practically every member of the Hartwood family is driven mad before they grow old.
But Jeremy didn't kill himself. Is that why he's at Derceto?
Despite being convinced that he is truly possessed, he decided to put his last chips on Dr. Gray and his psychoanalysis, figuring he might stumble upon some cure.
You mentioned the letter.
I received a disturbing letter from Jeremy accusing the staff and all the other patients of being involved in some cult. And now they are also out to get him.
Could it be real? Or is it all just in his head?
It's a story he tells himself, Mr. Carnby. Anything to avoid the truth.
Which is?
That we're all terribly insignificant. That people mean so very little to one another. That there is no one out to get Jeremy Hartwood because he isn't worth getting.
Here we are.
My uncle's not well, Mr. Carnby. I want to make sure he's all right.
And what's my part in this? You couldn't get a cab?
I just wouldn't feel safe going alone. Did you bring a gun?
Yeah. You think it'll actually come to that?
No. But you might need to wave it around depending on how agreeable the staff will be.
What exactly are we gonna do when we find Jeremy?
I don't know. Let's just find him first.
So a character choice here. Emily Hartwood. David Harbour. I kind of like him more. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he's one of my favorite characters, even in the show Stranger Things. He's a good dad, doesn't he? But I don't know. I wonder how much is that. I think we're gonna go with the guy, because like she already said that she's gonna go insane. Maybe it'd be better because she goes more insane, but overall I feel like he's gonna have the logical mind in it in comparison to her, since she's probably, she just talked about the family illness and whatnot. So I think we're gonna go with Edward first. We'll see what happens. If we get through the playthrough enough and quick enough, we'll do an Emily playthrough. But I don't. We'll see what happens. We have plenty of time now until Dragon Ball Z, so let's do it.
Hello? Hello?
Looks abandoned.
It can't be. There has to be someone around.
Wait here. I'll go around back.
And I say I like this old school setting. Something about like it feels like 1920s or something. It's really old timey, very Dick Tracy. Kind of like stuff like that. Long story short, I did actually recently watch Dick Tracy. Not a bad movie, even still to this day. Definitely holds up. Anyhow.
Now what do we got here? It's too dark in here. I can't see anything.
What the hell is that?
Nah, I'm not getting in there. That's one big tree to fit inside a conservatory. Huh? What?
Yeah, let's see how good it is. You know me in horror games. I play even the B movie ones. So long they're not D and Fs. I haven't really played too many D or Fs, but I have found a lot of D and F horror movies, and they're absolutely miserable. I can't even last 2 minutes. I had to fast forward through some of them because they're so bad, so off they go. But yeah, I've already seen something in the freaking thing, but I wonder what it is. That was not a cat.
Don't mind if I do.
Every day your silence weighs a little heavier. It's been a difficult year for everyone, and many have lost all hope. I read in the papers about people suffering. Pictures of dust-covered landscapes without a drop of water. I wish I knew if you were still tending the earth or if you had turned your back against us. I have started to look for help elsewhere. I pray you will tell me if I am going down a path that you find disagreeable. With help from Baptiste and Charlotte, I found comfort in the practice of the voodoo. I have long been skeptical of that Caribbean cult, but it's been of good use to me. It seems all harmless in my book. I say some words dreamt up by the Creoles, and I carry around a small pocket of gree-gree. Nothing of this is mentioned in the Bible, of course, but the French Quarter priestess tells me it's all connected. She says the Christian God is just one more perspective on the creator of things. That's what I like to think, but the other way around, that the spirits of her faith are just aspects of you, our Heavenly Father. I am so grateful for the words you gave Mr. Hartwood. We will sing your praises at St. John's Eve. The world will be blessed soon again. Only the sacrifices of the Old Testament compare to your demands. Let it be the truth. A mother of earth, wood, and dirt. A mother of 1,000 young.
Sacred sand, $1. Black cat oil, $1.50. Devil shoestrings, $0.25. That makes $2.75, madame.
What was that you were telling the doctor? A goat without horns. What does that mean?
Ah, you must have misheard me, madame. I said no such thing.
Please, I know I don't look like any of you, but I'm devout. I'm ready to do what it takes.
Do not be so eager to sacrifice the few things you have left, madame. Now please, leave my store.
A goat without horns.
We got voodoo and the occult already. That could go well. It always does. I'm guessing these are like the collectibles? Some weird collectibles. Or do they make stuff? I'm guessing they make stuff, right? That's how the old Alone in the Dark games used to work. I think? Oh, look at Forbidden Knowledge. Okay, so they are collectibles that unlock extra scenes and whatnot in the game. And something tells me some of the collectibles are going to be split up between both characters now.
Death.
Okay.
What was that?
I wonder how sanitary this is nowadays. Just letting it store here in the room. No wonder why people were always getting sick back in the days.
I need the key.
Ah, man, these houses are always so creepy. The cellars and the attics and all that nonsense. Places that you don't want to be alone in, usually.
Please do not touch the boiler. It is working after all. While the sabotage has caused a leak, only the decorative plate has been completely ruined. Let's wait for Mr. Chance to turn up and he can take a look at the leak. Mr. Waits.
That doesn't look safe.
So we got 2 keys to find, one for the shed outside, one for the cellar down here. I don't know if it's a wine cellar or whatnot, and then we have a puzzle piece that we gotta find for the boiler. Already puzzles.
Sunday, June 22nd. I spent all day looking for Jeremy. I should have cared for the others, but I'm scared that he will do something irreversible. Cassandra is upset that I didn't give her the latest shipment of pain medication that Waits brought from the post office yesterday. I would have given it to her, but the company didn't send a new key this time around, so the box is just sitting there on my desk. They must have figured we had plenty of their gimmicky keys by now. I only remember seeing one lately. Grace was playing with it inside the grand parlor. Unless it turns up by itself, it will have to wait. I have to figure out where Jeremy is. I think Jack knew something. That dog of his found a strange rot permeating the house. She's showing us, he said. Like those blots and streaks of fetid rot was talking to him.
Okay, so now we have a locked medicine box. So we have 5 puzzle items to find. Oh boy. Better map. It's not a big house, but solving all the puzzles is going to be what takes time.
Hey.
Oh, there's the plaza key.
Hey. I need the key.
think we're gonna explore the rest of this room before we go over there. Just seems smart, just explore everything first. Don't want to miss nothing, right?
It's wedged shut.
Okay, so it looks like there was a painting right here. So something's missing right there.
Looks important.
Okay, so nothing. Let's go back down.
Oh. I need the key.
The Great Depression. President Hoover raises tariffs on over 20,000 imported goods in an act to protect American labor. Following the collapse of the Wall Street stock market on October 24 last year, American industry has suffered greatly. Thousands of companies have gone bankrupt and left a large part of the American workforce unemployed. In an attempt to turn the tide, the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act has been signed by President Herbert Hoover. By regulating commerce with foreign countries, the government hopes to encourage the industries of the United States to compete with cheap foreign imports. Superstition on rise. New Orleans voodoo stores and spiritual mediums see increased profit during troubled times. While the market has faced hard times ever since Black Thursday of last year, voodoo doctors and snake charmers see significant rise in number of customers. With the coming Eve of St. John on the 23rd, the police expect increased cult activity around Bayou St. John, the southern shore of Lake Pontchartrain. Voodoo rituals in that area on the Eve of St. John have a long tradition reaching back to the first snake worshippers brought as slaves from West Africa. During the 19th century, its practice was popularized by the legendary Marie Laveau and has since been embraced by many of the Creoles and the surviving aristocracy of the French Quarter. Author seeks asylum. Rumors regarding author Cassandra Beauregard making Derceto her home verified. Derceto Hospital is an old plantation building on the eastern shores of Lake Pontchartrain. While often considered an asylum for the insane, residing Dr. Elmore Lee Gray prefers to think of it as a convalescent home, a place where you can go to rest. The patient list is kept secret, but thought to include many of the black sheep of wealthy families, because at Derceto, treatment does not come for free. Local author Cassandra Beauregard has now been confirmed by her own admission. She's been lauded as a powerful Creole voice and written many successful books. Lately it was reported from Hollywood that she has finished a moving picture manuscript titled Slaughter Gulch. That film is set to hit the theaters next year.
You know, ironically, I read a lot of stories, horror stories, dare I say, and all kinds of like murder. If you're into like all that murder stuff and old school stuff, unsolved cases and everything, there was a lot of families back in the days that when they couldn't stand certain people, they would send them to insane asylums and lock them up there because they didn't want them to embarrass the family. Or if they had somebody that they couldn't send to boot camp or something, the insane asylum was a second to go to. And if they wanted to make somebody disappear to make sure that they got the inheritance or the money, they would make sure to make them seem like they're crazy. Or people would marry into families. Just a lot of weird, messed up stories. But yeah, that used to happen a lot back in the days. Thankfully, we've progressed at least somewhat since then, huh?
I need the key.
Thanks.
What are you doing? Who are you?
Whoa, pardon me, excuse me. My name is Edward Carnby, private investigator. I hope you don't mind we let ourselves inside.
I do mind. This is private property. You can't just barge in here.
I'm sorry about all this, but I'm looking for my uncle. It's urgent, and no one was answering the door.
We can't hear you knocking anymore. None of us can.
Who is your uncle, darling?
Jeremy. Am I right? She has that heartwood gloom, doesn't she?
That's right. I'm Emily Hartwood. I just came to make sure my uncle is all right.
Well, he is unavailable right now. You will have to come back another day.
Unavailable? How? Is he sleeping? We can wait.
He's lost.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
Who's your man again, Miss Hartwood?
My name's Edward Carnby, private investigator.
Splendid.
Enough! All of you! Get back to your rooms! McCarthy, keep your eyes on the child. And you two, please leave immediately.
Look, we're not here to cause any trouble. Just let us see the old man, satisfy the curiosity of my client here, and we'll be off.
Jeremy has gone missing. There's no need to worry, but it might be some time before he turns up. The whole staff is looking for him.
What? He ran off?
I don't have time for any of this. Please, come back tomorrow.
All right, in that case, we'll just wait in his room. You don't mind, do you? It's upstairs, right?
Wait, you can't.
Don't worry, we'll be discreet.
In the corridor. It's the first door on your left. I'll tell Dr. Gray you're here.
Excellent. Thank you, madam. All right, here we are.
Let's look around. See if we can dig up any clues.
Every night the dark man stands opaque at the threshold of my room, counting the days until my spirit spills out of my tired shape. Only his pallid mask shelters my remaining sanity. Staring directly into the face of that demonic sultan would surely sunder time itself. Would he have looked the same to my father as he struggled for his life? Does his veiled face haunt my niece quite the same way? I wish so that I could rest my soul in that sunburnt convent of Tarawea. Would I find you there, Juan? Or Senora Perosi, back from the beyond? Every night I hide from him, moving from one misshapen memory to another. Scenes conjured out of fantasy and delirium. Places I struggle to even paint. I wish I understood your death, Senora. Is there anything I could do for you but bury you in that bleak necropolis? That triumphant chapel rising above the ledges and the oven vaults shall be your sepulchre, where you may rest, and I shall weep. How did you first come to understand such things, Senora? How did you know that the battered boiler in the basement would lead me to Lafayette Cemetery? Or how the old upstairs clock, with its astronomical motifs, would take me to that hateful mound outside of Claremont Harbor? Those are my memories, my past. Is there perhaps a chance, if ever so small, for me to see Terrawaya? Oh, I want that more than anything. Please, let my talisman take me there. Let me sit with Juan under his Bodhi tree. Despite having sold me that talisman, Miss Jackson, the voodoo priestess, revealed none of her secrets to me. That's why I had to travel to Tonka. Instead, she cruelly told Baptiste, my caretaker, that he would be betrayed and killed in the most awful way, that the one he loved would pierce his thigh with a sharp spear, and that he would be devoured by his own mother. What a terrible thing to say.
Okay, so it's clear that they're into occult objects and items and stuff like this. So it seems like it's going to be a mixture of just craziness here. I think what happened is they collected all this stuff. This is just like the freaking the household of the Warners at this point. It's no wonder everybody's going crazy, or going to go crazy. I suspect there's going to be even more. Maybe all those people are even spirits. They're not even real. We'll see.
The people of Derceto are becoming dangerous. They do not understand what they are doing. I must do something to stop them. I tried talking to Dr. Gray, but he confuses my worries. He's caught up in treating me. How can he expect evil to be cured with medicine and conversation? The orderlies, the housekeeper, and the patients are all deranged. They will call upon evil to enter this world. All will be lost. Everything. Unless I can find the clerk, Mr. Waite. He seems to be a clear-thinking man. Maybe Beauregard. The dark man offered me a prison, and I accepted. I signed that miscarried contract and entered the dark pact. Everyone is safe, except for me.
So we have pinpoints here. Obviously, everybody's crazy, which is 1. He might be crazy himself, 2. This talisman does something, which is 3. Some type of dark man is involved in some kind of occult thing, some kind of pact with the devil. That's 4. Then we have all these other little occult objects everywhere. Ooh, this is going to be quite the game, isn't it? Okay, let's solve this puzzle. Let's see.
Hey, you know anything about this? Looks like some sort of talisman.
No, I don't. Oh, help me out here, will you?
I would kill the guy, throw some of this stuff out. I'd be crazy too if I had this much junk lying around.
Oh, wow. That's striking. I want to save this one. All right, come on. I want to go see Dr. Gray. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, I'm coming. Miss Hartwood. Emily? What the hell is going on? Where am I?
I have been touched by the darkness. Motel St. George. Wow. Wallpaper is so weird. Always thought wallpaper was really weird. Well, I got my ass kicked right there. Mostly because I didn't know it was going to attack me. I don't know what that was. Some kind of moss creature of some sort. Swamp thing.
Can't go that way.
Yeah, what the heck? I didn't know I was playing Silent Hill. Jeez.
What the hell is going on? I can't go that way. face.
Come at me, brah. Let's go. That was an achievement. Jeez.
I can't go that way.
Much better weapon here. We got a hatchet. Hopefully it's better than the pipe. I forgot all about Silent Hill for a second there. Yeah, you might be right. I guess we gotta finish this game or something else real quick. Send it back.
Ah! My weapon broke.
Don't let them get inside, combat. They're not the good kind.
Is this your store?
There are no owners here. We both strangers in Jeremy's story.
Jeremy did this. How?
Pact with the dog man. Jeremy warned us, but we didn't think much of it.
I'm Detective Edward Carnby. I was hired by Jeremy's niece to find him.
Oh, yeah? How much you paying you?
$150.
She's sure getting her money's worth tonight. Are you a thinking man, compare?
No, not if I can help it.
You know, I think Jeremy's hiding in a way we can't find him. He has this juju necklace that guides him.
The talisman?
That's right. It's some magic charm he got from Miss Jackson down the street.
The voodoo priestess?
You know surprising things, compare. Yeah, the Mama Loa. Here, take the key. I locked the gate to save her place from all the ghouls and goblins getting inside. Maybe if you go there, you can find some clues to show you the way.
Thanks. I'll have a look. You want to come along?
Nah, I'm gonna stay here for a while.
Smart man. Jeez. I don't know what the hell that was, but that was pretty disturbing too. Those are gonna be shorts for sure. That's creepy. Burn! Dang, that was creepy.
I recognize this place. It's Miss Jackson's seance parlor. Let's see if she's got any information on Jeremy's talisman. It's the talisman, like the one in the painting. I think it's meant for the talisman. I think it needs numbers, like coordinates. Maybe there's something in Jeremy's notes.
Okay, where are Jeremy's notes at?
He recognized it.
We don't got any of Jeremy's notes yet. It's 4 chapters. Let's see. Three, 5, 8. I see 3, 5, 8.
It's showing something. A place? Where is that? Huh.
Detective, I was wondering when you were going to show up. Mrs. Thompson told me you were here. I understand you are working for Jeremy Hartwood's niece.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you're not wrong. We came here for her uncle. I just didn't expect... I didn't expect this. You are Dr. Gray, right?
That's right. You don't happen to have some identification, Detective. I'm not keen on having strangers prying into my business. Oh, Detective Edward Carnby, Decatur Street, New Orleans. Enjoying the Vieux Carré, Detective? Those old French quarters, the voodoo people, the gangsters. I'm sure you live an exciting life.
Well, it's not quite like the stories, Doc. Just trying to make a living.
Aren't we all making a living? Well, welcome to Derceto, Detective. I hope your time here will be useful. Now, what can I do for you?
Why don't you tell me where I can find Jeremy Hartwood?
Why wouldn't that make for a short visit? I wish I could tell you, but I'm afraid I don't know. A drink, Detective?
Anything brandy.
Oh, you do belong in the French quarters, Detective. Armagnac or cognac?
You know, just give me the cheap stuff. I'm not much of a connoisseur.
Having low standards is not a virtue, Detective. Let me see if I can broaden your perspective.
What can you tell me about Jeremy?
I wouldn't want to go into details about his condition. Doctor-patient confidentiality. I'm sure you understand.
Sure. But he is crazy. And he's gone missing. Why?
Here. Try this.
Ooh, it's good. Got a bite?
It's called a sidecar. The trick is not to be afraid of the tartness of the lemon. Then, for goodness sake, don't overdo the triple sec.
Okay. What can you tell me about Jeremy?
Well, let me think. He is an anxious man, constantly Worried about events not presenting themselves according to his model of predestination. He complains about things not being carried out in the right order, and that some things simply shouldn't be. Is any of this helpful to you?
Not really. I was hoping for some direction where to look next.
I'm sorry. I have nothing for you then. You should talk to my orderlies. They have been looking for him for a while now. I'm sure they would appreciate your help.
Yeah, I ran into Batiste earlier. Come to think of it, he might have given me a lead.
Oh, excellent. So your investigation is already underway.
I'm gonna go, but I'm sure we'll meet again.
Looking forward to it. Safe returns.
Detective Carnby, where did you go?
I was just talking to Dr. Gray.
You disappeared.
No, it's not what you think. Have you found anything strange going on here?
Yes. Everyone is being incredibly evasive and I can't figure out why.
No, I mean something you can't explain. Paranormal even.
Detective, I really need you to get yourself together. I can't do this alone.
Forget it. I'll figure it out.
Do you want to come see Dr. Gray?
No, I want to try something. With this talisman, I think I can follow Jeremy to the place he mentioned in the book. What was the name? Do you remember something Spanish? Teroea. Yeah, that's where I need to go.
Detective, are you gonna be all right?
Yeah, of course. Go talk to Dr. Gray. We'll rendezvous later. This talisman brought me back from the French Quarter in the blink of an eye. If Jeremy can travel so easily, then he could be hiding anywhere, even Teroea. If he can do it, so can I. I just need to figure out how the talisman works.
Dr. Elmore Lee Gray is Derceto's chief doctor. Accounting and all administrative work is handled by me, Paul Waits. Magdalena Thompson, or Mags, is responsible for the household. Jean-Baptiste and Charlotte Tabois are responsible for keeping the guests' medical regimens in check. Finally, Jack Chance is our gardener, who can occasionally be seen in the conservatory, but is for the most part busy outside. There are currently 6 guests at Derceto. Malcolm McCarthy and Ruth Tallant reside on the first floor. Jeremy Hartwood, Elisabetta Perosi, Grace Saunders, and of course Cassandra Beauregard live on the second floor.
There's no way I can get into this thing. Better leave it alone.
Cassandra Beauregard, the beloved author. Very exciting, isn't it? What do you want to put down for a reason for admission?
What her agent told us. Cassandra suffers from writer's block and needs to finish her moving picture script before the end of June. Mr. Chardot suggests Cassandra's heavy use of barbiturates is holding her back and risks ruining her career.
And how should we summarize her personal history?
Let's keep it short. Cassandra Beauregard is a beloved crime author who managed to pull herself out of poverty and into stardom. 5 years ago, she tried killing herself by jumping off a balcony. The incident left her a cripple, and now relies heavily on her wheelchair.
And for diagnostic impressions?
Cassandra suffers chronic back pain following her suicide attempt. She self-administers morphine to keep herself ambulant, but has become addicted, and the desired effect is now lost. The drug abuse clouds her mind, and she is unable to focus on real life. To save herself from this insight, she instead makes up stories to fill out the gaps in her own thought process, resembling the Korsakoff syndrome.
Oh, bravo, Doctor. How will you treat her?
First of all, she needs to be weaned from her drug addiction, and hopefully it will resolve her compulsive lying. Then look into permanently numbing her pain in her back through surgery. Finally, deal with her suicidal thoughts.
Fantastic. With such a short time before June, I really hope she gets better soon.
We will do what we can.
Grace Saunders, 11 years old. Reason for admission?
The mother insists on strict supervision by a proper gentleman to avoid further perversion of Grace's adolescence.
Personal history?
Grace's family possesses modest wealth and status. Her childhood seems ordinary, spending most of her time with private teachers and family friends. Grace's father recently passed away, leaving her mother the sole caregiver.
And diagnostic impressions?
Grace has trouble dealing with her father's death. She is willingly suppressing her feelings on the matter and isn't properly acknowledging the trauma she suffered.
Any planned treatment?
Grace needs nothing out of the ordinary. She simply needs parental guidance. Eventually, we can work on her feelings toward her father.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll finish the paperwork and get her installed. Malcolm McCarthy, 54 years of age. Reason for admission?
McCarthy admitted himself to Derceto, stating simply that he needs some damn rest.
And personal history?
McCarthy claims he used to work as a lawyer in Baton Rouge, but says he can't go into details because of some legal dispute. His background remains largely a mystery, except for the occasional clue that he drops in conversation.
Huh. And diagnostic impressions?
McCarthy is an anxious man and an alcoholic. He often tells half-truths due to some deep-seated inability to trust other people.
And how will you treat that?
McCarthy will take some time to open up. Spending time with Jack's dog or the child should be good for him. Their harmless nature will help build his sense of trust.
Thank you, Doctor. Elisabetta Perosi, 33 years old? What should I put down as reason for admission?
Well, Perosi broke into Derceto and was found wandering the grand parlor. She was confused and suffered partial amnesia. She insisted she belonged here and offered to pay for her stay.
Right. What do you make of her story?
Perosi claims to have been a member of the Astarte artist colony some 20 years ago, a claim that seems contrafactual due to her young age. She looks to be, and even thinks she is, 33 years of age. That would make her a child at the time. It seems fair to say that Perosi's story is untrue, deliberately so or not.
Diagnostic impressions? Do you have anything?
Perosi's story is peculiar, because she retracted her story about the artist colony. She no longer claims to be the same person as Elisabetta Perosi. However, my staff's research has confirmed there was a Perosi at that time who was in her early 30s.
I suppose this case will take some time to investigate. How will you go about it?
I wanted to contact the real Perosi, but it seems the whole colony disappeared one night. September 29th, 1915, during a hurricane. I will have to take it slow and figure out what this spell of impersonation could have been.
Oh, I'm sure it will all clear up eventually. Thank you, Doctor. Ruth Talon, 29 years of age. Reason for admission?
Ruth's father wishes that his daughter be removed from New Orleans nightlife for the foreseeable future. He fears that her overly free spirit is tarnishing the family's reputation.
Sounds simple enough. Personal history?
Ruth comes from considerable wealth. Her family owns several hotels and restaurants. Unlike the rest of the family, her sense of adventure has taken her around the world, including France during the Great War as a photojournalist. The last decade, she has provoked many rumors of being a debauched flapper, bordering on nymphomania.
And diagnostic impressions?
Despite her father's frivolous reasons for her to be admitted, Ruth does seem to provide an interesting case. She is refreshingly open and doesn't shy away from talking about her life during the war or her continuous celebration after returning to the States. She is admittedly a sexual deviant and feels no remorse.
And her treatment plan?
Simply staying at Derceto should do wonders for Ruth. If not, at least for her family's reputation. Ruth doesn't need to change, but with therapy I might be able to share with her some sympathy towards her family. I doubt she will settle down and become as dull as the rest of them, but at least she might try to be more discreet in the future.
Looks like all the patients are accounted for, except for Jeremy.
So to summarize all that, everybody's completely insane in their own little ways. They all technically are here for a reason. So this house is for the crazies. One can say back in the days they used to call them nut houses, but especially these days, the 1920s, 1930s, I don't think this is any farther than the 1940s. I know time travel is here somewhere, but... Hey, Sinister, thanks for stopping in. It's a horror night. We're playing Alone in the Dark. While we're alone in the dark.
Saw your notice in the boiler room. You should know Mr. Chance won't be coming back. I got no business being in there myself, but... You can take a valve from the wine cellar if you want to try to stop the steam pouring out. Be careful.
Paul, you're right about the plates on the boiler and the clock. They have been sabotaged, and I think I know who did it. They have something to do with Jeremy's episodes and how he seems to disappear at night. Right now, it's important that you keep an eye out for any of the pieces. I want to find out if I can repair the plates. Let me know if you find any of them. Lottie.
Tell Lottie to take a look at the well in the kitchen garden.
I need the key.
Alright, so we can go to room 6 in a different room now. We're gonna have to come back for this key. Very old school.
While
Oh. It's stained. Looks like some kind of... This must be the clock that Jeremy wrote about in the commonplace book. Huh. Looks like the plate that held the talisman in the seance room. But it's broken and missing some pieces.
Yeah, sorry, Detective. Didn't mean to obstruct justice or anything.
That's fine.
You know, I'm kind of busy with my own case of a missing person. I was wondering if you've seen Grace, girl about yay high?
Can't say that I have. Why are you asking?
Well, I'm looking for her.
Is she in trouble?
No. She's just hiding somewhere. We can't have a rascal like that running around unchecked at a time like this, you understand?
Well, I haven't seen her.
Well, let me know if you find her. I'll be around. I'll keep an eye out for your man, Jeremy. You scratch my back, detective, and I'll scratch yours.
Looks like everything's back to normal here.
Emily's here.
Alright, time to snoop around in everybody's stuff. Probably was pretty interesting to snoop around in people's stuff back in these days. More little nooks and crannies to look through and all kinds of other things. Let's see. Chest here. Nothing in it but a basketball. Collectible. Is that a punch? That's a punching bag right there. A timing bag, basically. Old school. There's a wire going up there. This is how they did light bulbs back in the day. It's crazy. Dang. Be thankful for modern day electricity.
Huh. How eccentric. These paintings got some grim-looking rot on them. The starting artist colony. I remember hearing about their disappearance. Must have been 15 years or more now.
Will I need to remember how to get them out again? They are locked up for good reason. I am sure she is still able to whisper the answer in the ears of the wrong people. But not for long. I will see her burned soon enough. That black goat will be sacrificed to put an end to it all. Then it will all be over. No more Derceto, and sadly, no Astarte. Those good pirates of Pontchartrain. May you still sail the lake, until you find the shores of Hali.
What are these symbols? Looks like alchemy, or star constellations.
I did it! I crossed the thresholds to my intended destination without a focusing device. My talisman now knows these roads, and I have no need for the plates. I can find my way to Lafayette as easy as I find my own room. I visited the grave of my father and seen the oven waiting for me. Thank you for opening these doors. I now must summon my courage and go back to that hateful mound outside the oil rig. I hope you'll be feeling better when I return. Jeremy.
Okay, let's see if we have a note for solving this item here first. Let's see. Oh. Maybe. Maybe the book, right? There's the symbols. Okay, so we got like a 2, some kind of M and Q or something, and an H. Let's try that. Again. It's some type of like H, but the symbol in the middle is the one that's missing. I don't know if this is the key to that lock, though. That might be for something else. I'd have to come back to this, or what? Let's see. Okay, so it says cross-reference the names here to get letters. What are we supposed to cross-reference exactly, though? Strange rot. Okay, so there's signs 1, 11, and 10. M. This can't be it. Alright, so what is it? What do we got here? So that's definitely it. So we got to figure out exactly which numbers they want us to use there. Maybe 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, 3. Let's see. 1, 2. So Pisces, Aquarius, and then Aries. Let's try Pisces, Aquarius, Aries. Let's see. The problem is Aquarius isn't on the dial, is it? But we do have Pisces and Aries. That's Leo. Noah, Keith, Franklin, and William. So William Argus. Okay, so that must be it. Let's see, William Argus. William Argus is number 2. So we got number 2. Okay, so we figured it out. We just gotta cross-reference them fully here. Okay, so now we know for sure they cross-reference. Number 2 is a Pisces. Let's double check. Yeah, it's like an H of some sort. Okay, and then we got Franklin Moseg. Franklin Moseg is number 9. Number 9 would be Libra. Wait, that was right. I think that's it, right? So we'll check one more time. Yeah, it's like a shoe horse. Oh, a horseshoe. A horseshoe with a line in it. Yeah. And then the last one is Nora Keith. Nora Keith. Okay, number 4. Number 4 would be the Taurus.
Got it. What happened? Everything's normal again? Right.
Reminds me of the movie Slither. Dare you all to watch that one.
I need the key.
Alright, so I guess we go down. Find the other piece of that tablet here, and then we gotta solve this puzzle, it looks like.
I'm not gonna walk out of this now. I need to help Emily save her uncle.
I need the key.
Lost Plantations of Louisiana, Thierry Briclot, 1917. Derceto was a small plantation on the eastern shore of Lake Pontchartrain. The land was considered difficult for industry and was sold for only $30 to Elijah Pickford in 1818. Pickford employed hundreds of workers from nearby New Orleans to clear the woods and build a small plantation mansion facing the lake with a striking Greek Revival temple facade. Derceto kept a modest production of barrique tobacco and indigo that persisted up till the Civil War. During the antebellum era, Derceto was the source of many rumors concerning voodoo and witchcraft. People who traveled the lake reported seeing people dance at night in front of bonfires, bleating and wailing. On June 17, 1862, Captain J.W. Norton of the Union Army recounts leading a raiding party from ships anchored in Lake Pontchartrain in order to seize control of Derceto and free the slaves working there. The captain was surprised to find the workers fighting back with unprecedented zeal. Norton's account describes these men and women as enraged with fanaticism. Pickford reportedly tried to placate the raiders, but was shot in the confusion. Captain Norton left the mansion burning and retreated to his ships with his men. Derceto was left in ruins for several decades. The ownership of the land was long disputed and returned to the Ledoux family in 1901. Several police reports were filed during the following years as the Ledoux tried to get rid of a camp of squatters on their land. The police made several visits to remove the trespassers, but the people kept returning. On November 1st, 1907, Inspector Legrasse of the police charged a deadly attack in order to save several children kidnapped by the squatters. Many were killed, and even more were jailed. The following year, Ledoux rebuilt Derceto, incorporating the surviving stone foundation and adding a magnificent wrought iron conservatory. The farmland had been reclaimed by the surrounding woods, so it was no longer profitable to use as a plantation. Instead, the house was turned into an artist's colony. The Astarte Artist Colony was a successful group of artists, including figures such as painter Heinrich Cassel and poet Nora Keith. The group was also known for their beloved Mardi Gras crew called the Pirates of Pontchartrain. On September 29, 1915, a tropical hurricane tore through Louisiana, causing Lake Pontchartrain to flood New Orleans. Due to the remote location of Derceto, it took almost 2 weeks for outsiders to learn that the artist's colony was abandoned. The 12 residing artists had all vanished without a trace. The empty mansion of Derceto still stands on the shore of Lake Pontchartrain, with much of its temple facade intact. The Ledoux family currently has no intention of repairing the house.
Ooh. It's wedged shut. What the hell is going on? Ugh. Got it. This can't be real. Huh.
And there's the last piece we need. All done. Shall we turn the water off now? I guess we should turn it off. Let's see if we can turn it off. Just be nice instead of making the whole yard flood. No, you can't turn it off. So They're just gonna have to deal with it, I guess. I tried. See if I can't go downstairs as well. I don't think we'll be able to get down there yet, but it couldn't hurt to check. Something's up with that tree. That's all I gotta say. Something is definitely up with that tree. So we can't get back down there. I think it locked us out. Alright, well, whatever. Guess we'll just go back up where we came from. Okay, we can get back the opposite way, it looks like. That's nice.
You know, Mr. Waits, I saw a piece of the plate that Liza broke. I think she's been hiding them. She's not very good at it. She just chucked it into the little room with all the tools behind the boiler. I left it there. I didn't want to embarrass her by picking it up while she was looking. We went upstairs instead and played backgammon. I let her win, because she's so unhappy. The piece looked like the one on display in Cassandra's room. You know about that one already, right? Or is your eyesight really that fuzzy? I hope you don't feel bad about your glasses. You only look stupid when you squint. Maybe if you had more eyes, you would see these things. I wish you had all the eyes you needed. Your best and favorite guest, Grace.
It's another plate for the talisman. Like the other one, it's broken and missing some pieces. I need the key.
What are you doing in my kitchen? I assure you. No,
I'm sorry.
I promise you. Mr. Hotwood is nowhere near my kitchen, and neither should you be. Don't make me kick you out of this house.
Sorry.
Now get out!
Yeah.
Sus! Suspect. Definitely sus. Yeah, that wasn't suspicious at all, girl.
think I've seen this somewhere.
Alright, before we solve this puzzle or try to solve this puzzle, I'll be right back. I gotta throw something away since I finished it up. And I'm going to take a quick little 2-minute bathroom break. I'll be right back. Alrighty.
There was something in the commonplace book about this.
Okay, let's see how the book looks real quick. Okay. I think that's it on the bottom right there, the bottom left. So we got a... Okay, let's see how it looks real quick. Ah.
think the clock broke. Or maybe it just stopped at a very precise place.
I got 6, 3. 6 and 3 for sure. I can't tell though. Okay. 6, 3, 4, 6.
There's a picture in the black glass. It's showing me something. It's the hallway outside Jeremy's room. I made it. I entered another one of Jeremy's memories. Ugh.
May 1923, Monday. All okay, ready for delivery. Maintenance, oil pump must be serviced. Any tampering causes large spills unless properly forestalled. Tuesday, shipment delayed but delivered. Maintenance, service bridge close to broken. Wednesday, prospectors reluctantly agreed to show the burial mound to Mr. Hotwood, a painter, who read about our finds in the papers. He means to return tomorrow and try to find a way inside. Thursday. Mr. Hotwood's efforts delayed. The workers seemed nervous about his presence. Hotwood promised not to return to the compound. Instead, he has taken up an offer by l'officier, the riverboat captain, who means to pilot him to the site tomorrow morning. Hopefully that's the end, and work can resume. Maintenance. Bridge from the oil tower to the bayou has collapsed. Sabotage suspected.
This is the devil that guides us now.
Huh. I need the key. Locked. There's something missing.
Whole lot of no enemies in this area. It's definitely got a creepy vibe already. I hate being above swamps in video games. I blame Resident Evil 4 for that.
Got it.
I swear I missed something up there. There was like a something right here on the side. Damn it.
Pretty weak. I just need something to break it.
Oh man, it's all the little noises that get you. The music isn't helping. I actually like this background music. Keeps you on edge.
gotta be a way to get to the other side.
Oh my god, I lit myself on fire right there. No. They're actually pretty damn strong. I guess it was a good choice to use handguns before. Trying to conserve ammo and it's not working. When in doubt, run, run, run. Pretty cool.
The hateful mound Jeremy talked about in his book.
Don't come any closer. I'm armed.
Get that thing out of my face.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm just a detective trying to find something called Teruea.
You're after Jeremy too? Why?
I'm working for his niece. She wants to make sure he's alright.
He might be unharmed, but far from alright. He's a curse upon Derceto.
Here we go again.
Quiet.
Oh, Christ in heaven.
Reflections on the Power of the Verb in Certain Texts by Juan Luis Jorge. To act is in itself divine. Even the slightest movement of our hand is evidence of our soul in motion. Yet our free will is so easily overwhelmed by the dullness of everyday life. Our actions become rote and rigid, in spite of luxury and comfort. True divinity is found in the choice of leaving the stage where we all perform. People who discover this freedom unexpectedly will be struck by the terror of this revelation and become paralyzed, or worse, turn to suicide. However, if you are able to weather that storm, you will discover that there is a divine path beyond that fear. There is a chance to dismount your destiny and make something new. Something that hasn't been planned for or predestined. There is difficulty in explaining this type of acting as it transcends our everyday choices. This isn't some banal decision choosing one career over the other, or even who I should marry. Leaving the stage, no matter how, isn't a matter of course correction. It's a rejection of the story that the Creator is telling.
A couple minutes here.
It's wedged shut. It worked.
Ah, now we can open up all of the wedge doors. That's pretty cool.
The Barlow lens. Instructions. To double the magnification of your telescope, simply fit this Barlow lens to your instrument. Then operate the fine tuners to adjust the distance between your lenses. This is easily done while looking through your eyepiece. Simply search for a position where your picture is clear and appears flat. When correctly tuned, your telescope should present a clear picture with magnificent magnification.
What's this?
Alright, so now we have the cellar key, which is good. What is this?
I don't think I have everything I need.
Let's come back for the telescope. Nothing but puzzles. They're not hard. Some of them are annoying though. We'll be taking a break, a mid-tier break in about 20 minutes, and then I'll see how we're doing after a walk and taking out the dog and stuff, and then we'll come back on for another late night segment.
It's wedged shut. It worked.
Detective Conby, how good of you to come. Let me pour you a drink.
What happened here? This place looks like it was hit by a bomb.
Welcome to the madhouse, Detective.
Thanks. Did the ceiling just collapse?
I heard it was something in the attic. Something that was supposed to happen, but didn't. How that could have such consequences is beyond me. The truth is, I don't know why the room looks like this. But I bet your friend Jeremy does.
You know where I could find him?
Oh, somewhere in his past, I suppose. He keeps going on about that mysterious dark man. I think he is hiding from him. Or maybe he's with him. I can't really keep up. I don't worry much. Take a look around this room. You may think it looks spectacularly devastated, but I just think it's finally found its stride. It fits perfectly with the state of this place and its loonies. The same goes for the nonsense with Jeremy. In my eyes, we finally managed to match the wild ride inside all of us.
Well, I'm happy you find the evening so harmonious. I hope you don't mind me setting things right. Jeremy's business, that is. This room looks beyond my capabilities.
Good luck, Detective. Hope to see you again soon.
Yeah. Evening, miss.
Alright, so we got the back door open. We went into this way, so we're gonna go back this way and look around a little bit. Alright, so now we have the cellar key, the medicine box key, and then we have that extra key. What was that extra key? Let me see. It was the sitting room key. So we got 3 doors to open, or 3 items to open. Maybe we should go to the cellar first. But I do think that the medicine box key is closest.
Ugh. There's more of that aggressive rot.
On the commonplace of evil, there lies virtue and stark irreverence, careless thoughts of luminous indifference. But blame not the beast we once were, which science so often wished to refer. Not the wicked full of sin, it is you who stand and grin. All our good intentions aside, whereupon we build our pride. Sunless solitude, follow not this corrupting light. Prophets of confidence always crashes out of sight. Hear me, for we all bear this mark. Thus we must remain alone in the dark.
Huh. It worked. Jeremy?
What the hell is going on?
Where's the body? There's something missing.
Alright, let's see where the sitting room key is. Is this medicine?
Khan, they did.
Where is the sitting room? Dining, library. Okay, it's on the third floor. Third floor.
There's something missing. What you got there? You drawing something?
Nothing special. I'm just bored.
Do I know you from somewhere?
I remember you, Mr. Conby.
From where?
Don't touch that. Cassandra wouldn't like it. She wouldn't like it at all.
Do you know where she is?
I'd rather not talk about it. It makes me upset. Besides, she'll be back after the Feast of St. John.
You think?
Yup. It's all on the page, Mr. Conby. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
All right.
I'm gonna go now, if that's okay. I don't like to stay too long in the same place. Mr. McCoffey might find me.
Hey. Is he mean to you?
Not everyone needs to be saved, Mr. Conby. You should know that by now.
There's more of that rot again. Like it's guiding me to do something. But what? So this is where Cassandra Beauregard ended up. If I find the full set of bottles, then maybe I can make something out of the stains of rot. It's another one of those strange padlocks. Huh. The rot made the shape of a snake. There must be something important to find here. Maybe it has something to do with the numbers on the labels.
Miss Beauregard, I picked up your medicine at the post office today. As you understand, it needs to be administered by the orderlies for your safety. I've put the box in Lottie's room for now, and I'm sure she will find you as soon as possible. Mr. Waits.
Okay. Pelosi's journal. Pelosi's journal. Gotta find out the symbols, I guess, on things. Let's see. Two 5-7. I think it's 257. Let's try that. So 2 is Pisces, Gemini, Leo. Pisces, Gemini, Leo.
Just another piece of broken plate. This must be that kid's room. Why does she seem so familiar?
Don't you worry, Grace. Go play your game, bleat and bellow with the others. I won't be jealous. There will be more masquerades. However, I would love it if you would finish my mask for the feast. With love, Ruth.
Okay, back to the boiler room. Yep. Mansion gets loopy because it's so big. Okay, back down. Probably gonna be another enemy down there. Okay, so we got 7, 5, and 9. I gotta remember that.
The medicine bottles had stains of rot on the labels, suggesting some greater shape. They just needed to be put in the right order. But for what purpose?
Now we're talking.
Why did that girl look so familiar?
Alrighty, we're gonna wrap it up here for the moment. Once again, thank you all for watching. I will be back in a bit. We're gonna wrap it up here, and I'll be back in maybe an hour and some change when it gets quieter. Once again, thank you all for watching. Happy gaming, everyone, and I will catch you on the second live segment for Alone in the Dark.